Throwback Thursday! Today we're talking about three strange crops I grew in my 2019 garden. Red corn found in a thrift store, amaranth, and blue potatoes. One of the exciting additions to my garden this year is this amaranth. I was given a small pinch full of the tiny poppy-like seeds at Rabbit Stick, and I scattered them through the garden. This one is one of the very few that are very close to being ripe, and then down here we've got some that are not quite there. In there you can see another one, and then over here we've got another. Now I was curious about when to harvest these, and it turns out that it's when the seed head starts to develop a few brown flowers. And if we step over here, you can see that this one has already started to develop a few brown flowers among the brightly colored head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off and put it in paper and let it dry, and then I'll have some homemade amaranth grain. There's actually a wild variety of amaranth that grows basically everywhere in the western United States, and it goes by a lot of different names because it is considered a weed, and weeds tend to have a lot of names. This is alternatively known as redroot or pigweed, or by those who are more aware, wild amaranth. This is actually harvestable as grain, so that weed that you've been fighting and cursing for years may actually have some uses. I've heard of people using it to feed their chickens, and I've let it grow up in a few places in my garden, and I'm going to harvest this as well. Here's another patch, another one, a nice big plant here, another here. In the left we've got the cultivated amaranth, and in the right we've got the wild amaranth. Clearly there's a lot more of the one. And I'm going to let this dry and then process out the grain. I'm planting the garden with the kids, and we've been trying to decide whether to plant blue corn this year or red corn. Now the blue corn we grew last year with Joseph Fisher in his family garden, and we grew quite a lot of it. We have some seed left, but I want to try an experiment. Right here, could you show this, buddy? Could you show it? Right here we have a red ear of corn that was actually featured in the video we did on the Crazy Mutant Super Crop of the Americas, that I found at a thrift store. You know, it was part of some decorative item, and it was actually real corn. And so we're going to take these seeds, we're going to soak them in water for a little bit, and we're going to plant a garden. My blue corn patch this year is a little bit sad. This little one, poor little guy, never had a chance. A lot of them have started doing this where they're kind of hanging limp from the side, and so I'm just going to go ahead and harvest all those ones. These ones that are still fresh and green, I'm going to leave alone because they still have a chance, but the ones that are spent, I'm also going to break out of the way so they're not competing for sunshine or water. This guy, let's get that broken off. Gosh, it's so sad. And this is the result. It's not awful. You can see that there are places where it didn't pollinate. I've heard that can happen due to water stress, not getting enough water. It's not a beautifully formed ear, but you know, it's corn. Now, unique among my corn plants are these two ones that have these purple stalks. And they're quite a bit shorter than the other ones. They're about the same height as each other. We've got these two right here. And then we compare that with my height, and then with the height of the blue corn, it's pretty significantly different. This one appears to be ready, and I am hoping that this is a survivor from the red corn that I planted this year. It is, it is! That is red corn. Look at that. Look at the patterns. Look at the patterns. Isn't that stunning? And then it's got these purple leaves. Man, that's incredible. That is tremendously cool. It looks like that one got pollinated by the blue corn. So at least two of them survived. I'm looking forward to seeing that guy too. Incidentally, this is what the root structure of one of those blue corn stalks looks like. That's massive. To give you a sense, there's my hand. The potatoes grew reasonably well. However, the leaves started to curl, which I have since learned is an indication of toxin buildup in the soil. Potatoes and tomatoes are particularly sensitive, and they'll show it by curling the leaves. Okay, so this row here on the right is my potatoes. This plant is doing mostly okay, or at least it was. Unfortunately, the other plants have gotten blight, and it appears that this one has too. This one has some kind of weird leaf curl, no idea what's causing that. And I've been cutting off the stems and leaves that are obviously blight-ridden with these nasty little black spots. They eventually turn yellow and then the whole plant goes dead. It affects the tubers as well. I'm going to try digging them up now and see if I can't recover anything good from these. Not quite the harvest I was anticipating, but at least we did get some potatoes. Gosh, that's cool. That's the whole yield. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below, and if you really like this video, you might like some of our others. Please check out this one here, and subscribe for future content. And if you would like to go the extra mile and support our work, we would deeply appreciate your donation at goodandbasic.com. Link in the description below. Until then, see you next time.